as Russian mechanized forces massing near Ukraine raise fears of an invasion this winter. Tank watchers on social media have identified more and more Russian tanks sporting unsubtle field modifications seemingly aimed at fending off Ukraine's newest weapons. US-supplied Javelin anti-tank guided missiles and TB2 Bayraktar drones supplied by Turkey. Both pose a deadly threat to the top armor of armored vehicles, where protection is drastically weaker. The portable FGM-148 Javelin consists of a dumbbell-like launch unit with an advanced infrared sensor. Once a target is identified, it can launch missiles that arc steeply upwards before plummeting down upon a vehicle's top armor guided by an infrared sensor, and thus not requiring any operator input after launch. Solution 4. FGM-148 Javelin is Russia's new tank umbrellas of slatted armor on top of the tank. Slat armor is intended to disable or misdirect the fuse of the chemical energy heat munitions in an anti-tank missile, causing it to unleash its jet of armor-piercing molten metal at an ineffectual angle and or distance vis-a-vis the tank's turret. These modifications, which have been seen on Russia's workhorse T-72B and T-72B3 tanks, are non-standardized, suggesting experiments implemented in the field to address a possible operational contingency, rather than a factory-issued perfected solution. Slat or cage armor is commonly fitted to the vulnerable side or rear armor of a tank to protect against ground ambushes. But the new umbrella configuration seems aimed at mitigating attacks from above. However, both the Javelin and Mamel incorporate two-stage tandem warheads designed to defeat spaced and reactive armor. And unlike anti-tank munitions like the ubiquitous RPG-7, their fuses are situated toward the rear rather than the tip of the missile. Furthermore, according to munitions expert Neil Gibson, the molten jet projected by a Javelin's warhead is likely long enough and a tank's top armor thin enough that the cage armor would provide insufficient protection even if it triggers the main warhead from 0.5 to 1.5 meters away. In fact, such shaped charges may even increase in penetration when detonated at a slight standoff from the target. This also applies to the Mamel missile, which has a 33% wider 160 mm warhead. To be fair, slats combined with bricks of explosive reactive armor might still warp and redirect the primary warhead's blast cone, potentially turning a knockout hit into a less catastrophic one. More promisingly, slatted armor could provide decent protection against kamikaze drones, or grenades and small bombs dropped by little quadcopter drones, a method of attack used by both sides in the front lines of eastern Ukraine. Some of the flimsier-looking canopies might also be intended to mount camouflage covers or to protect exposed tank commanders from overhead shrapnel.